Hey, Shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And Shalom to the Bayefta Wada, which are the elected nation of Israel. It's your brother Itazawam from the Providence, Rhode Island camp. Coming at you with a quick lesson out on Ratazah. This is edifying for the elect. So, I'm going to jump right into the scriptures, and then I'm going to get into small story time, just something that I experienced earlier on in my day today. So I'm going to start with Matthew chapter 18, verse 1. It says, at the same time came the disciples unto Yahushua, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Yahushua called the little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. And what was Yahushua saying to them right there? He was telling them straight up, like, hey, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So when you come into this, you have to be reborn. You have to become a child again. You have to be as one that needed much learning, that needs to be taught. Okay. And real quick, before I started the lesson, I Googled that saying, man, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And what it tells you on Google says, you can't teach an old dog new tricks is a proverb, right? Yahweh Shai said a lot of proverbs, man. Yahweh Shai said a lot of parables, a lot of things that, a lot of people couldn't understand. But, this applies to what Yahweh Shai was saying to the apostles, man, his disciples, because what else does it tell you? It says people are often reluctant or unwilling to change old habits or long held beliefs. And that's what Yahweh Shai was telling them. He's like, yo, man, unless you put off those old habits, right, the deeds of the flesh, you deny yourself, unless you do away with those other beliefs that you used to have, you can't enter into the kingdom of heaven. Because what? Verse 4 tells you what you got to do. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And yeah, man, in this you have to be humble. You have to be, because this is a gift, right? Faith is a gift that has been given to you. And the faith of what? And believing that these words are faithful and true, So since this has been given unto you, nothing that you could ever you can never work to amount enough riches in order for you to obtain this. This has to be given to you from Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai through the Spirit. With that being said, seeing that this is a gift and that you have no choice, whether to receive it, if it's for you to receive it. I'll get into that story, man. Earlier today, I had went to go get some paper towels, paper plates, and paper napkins. Paper toilet, I should say, toilet paper, however, you say, and it makes sense to you. But I went to go get those supplies for my household, and when I drove into the parking lot of the, business I was gonna purchase them from, I see all the employees sitting outside eating cake, So I thought nothing of it. I had a feeling, but I thought nothing of it. I parked my car, and one of the girls that works at this establishment, I know from back in the day, from when I used to be a security guard. She used to be my manager. And, for whatever reason, the Lord put it in her spirit to be max rude, She could have just walked up to my car and told me, hey, we're closed, She's making all these hand gestures and, screaming at the top of her lungs, talking about, get out of here, we're closed. And, I chuckled at it at first, and then I peeled off. And as I'm driving, it hit me. I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm of that number, man, but let's say I am, her actions are worthy of death, man. The Lord will literally kill you for offending one of his little ones, I don't want Matazah, I'd be a part of that number, But I say that to say this, man. My first thought was the scriptures, and how, we are to be mindful of the things that we say and the things that we do, because we don't know who we're talking to at the end of the day. All right. All we know is that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is merciful and long suffering, as well as we know that he is willing to do anything to his enemies, man. He flooded the world and he's getting ready to bring fire into the world that we're in now. So all of those things were done for what? For his elect's sake, man. So just think about that, man. Put that into perspective. The people whom we come across on a daily basis, they could be a part of the elect. We could be a part of the elect. And the conversations that we have, the interactions that we have with these people, man, is sealing their faith, man. So I'll read on some more, man. This is Matthew chapter 18, verse 5. And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. Okay? But whoso shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. So the Lord is telling you, man, it's better for you to drown. Which drowning is it's a very gruesome death, man. You feel your life force being sucked out of you, especially when you can't swim back to the surface. You can't really do anything about being tied down to such faith. If you drowning, either drowning because you can't swim, or you drowning for whatever the case may be. But it's a pretty rough way to go, and that's how the Lord is explaining it to them. Like, yo, listen, anyone does anything to my little ones, man, they better have they got another thing coming for them, and that's the thing, man. The Lord is coming back to destroy this place, for the sake of his elect, man. Because what? This place is full of wickedness, man. The people are in it are built up with much pride. That's why when we come into this in verse 4 and it tells you that you got to humble yourself, as if you were a child, it's for you to put away that pride, for you to put away that, haughty spirit, man. But I'll read on because, we understand that there's more to it. All right. There's more to this than meets the eye. This is Matthew chapter 18, verse 7. Woe unto the world because of offenses, for it must needs be that offenses come, but woe to that man by whom the offense cometh. And that's what I mean. It's deeper than meets the eye, It's deeper than that, man. Like, you have to understand, these people are out here, they say what they say, they do what they do, but they don't have no control over it, And that doesn't necessarily mean that the Lord isn't going to judge them for the things that they say or they do, because they don't have control over it. It just means that the Lord is a perfect power, man, and he's to be feared. He's to be reverenced, and, above all, he's supposed to be praised, man. Supposed to be praised, man, and your works are to reflect those attributes, man, those characteristics. But as for the people in the world, which we pray that the Lord deal with us. We pray that he take not his spirit from us. We also have to understand that a lot of them are gonna get put to death for shit that they say, whether it be straight to our faces, whether it be behind our backs amongst themselves. Because what did Yahweh Shai said? He said, them that shall be saved according to their works and their faith. Likewise with those that are going to be destroyed. They're going to be destroyed because of their incredulity, and because of their lack of faith, their lack of fear, all right? And because they don't praise Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, man, in truth and in sincerity, man. So, hey, with that being said, man, I'm gonna cut it short. I don't want to tell this is edifying for you brothers and sisters out there tuning in. Keep your eyes peeled, man. In the times that we're in now, man, we ought to be asking for mercy. We ought to be asking for understanding. We ought to be asking the Lord to show us the right path so that we may walk in it. All right. So, in closing, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and shalom to the elect. To the next one, I say, Baba Ball, Kwame Asharala, shalom.